somebody who is confused because there was quite a lot of chemistry or intense passion with someone, feeling like you really get along or things are on the right path. And then they changed how they approached the relationship or the conversation. And you're kind of trying to figure out, is this because like that's how you normally are and you were just wearing like a mask up until then? Or is there something that has kind of caused this person to pull back? Maybe, stressful situation at work or an ex reached back out to them. So there's some confusion and wanting to know why what had been going really well all of a sudden now is not. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of Wind Chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Hello, Rachel. How are we doing? Hello, Delania. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. I'm a little buried in emails right now, so forgive me if I owe you one right now. And if you look in the description box, you can also find out how to become a member and get access to additional content. We did just have a members only live stream yesterday for the stars and towers. And then you can also find a link to my Etsy shop in the description box if you are interested in a homemade soy candle from yours truly. All right, let us begin. I think we need the stained glass tarot. I'm doing well. Confession time. I went back to that Mexican place and got more food today. But since it's like kind of rainy and cold, I decided to get their birria and get the, beef broth stuff. It was delicious. Delicious. I probably should be taking a nap, but we're gonna make it. Oh, that sounds awesome, Delania. It did. Don't make me try to choose which one is better because they were both delicious. All right, so we have Knight of Cups. Yeah, this Knight of Cups looks confused. Just the way he's like kind of holding the cup and like, oh, what am I supposed to do with this? I've got a sword too that seems like more useful in this situation. Two of Wands in the reverse. What am I supposed to do with this? 10 of Wands in the reverse. Maybe we've got someone who feels like they had set out to get to know someone when their life was a little bit more like smooth sailing, a little bit less complicated. But now we have this, I don't know how to deal with everything because this has become an issue. So there's an overwhelming, like frustrated, and I don't have time for this kind of thing. Energy hitting the Knight of Cups, the person who was feeling romantic initially. Now they're just like overwhelmed. Five of Wands in the reverse, and the Ace of Pentacles. But there hasn't been any argument. There hasn't been any reason for there to be like a delay or a change in conversation or the connection itself. We still have someone here who is thinking this is headed towards a long-term relationship. So if I haven't done anything wrong, if we had, delightful, I don't know, 5 dates or whatever, then why are you not talking to me anymore? Why have you gone quiet? Of course, Noxious. Hello, how's it going? Ooh, I don't know how to say your name. Can I call you Anek? I don't know if that's going to work out, but you tell me what I should be calling you, as long as it's reasonable. Hello, Indra. How are you doing? Yes. Feel free to objectify the like button. The last Riz. You're welcome to come back. Just keep in mind, I do prepare to be called Carmen. What happened, Indra? I'm doing well, thank you. So we have the Three of Cups. And the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So we have someone who wants to feel better about the situation, who feels like this is, someone I really see myself falling in love with or being in a relationship with. But I need to know what's going on. I need to know why you're not talking to me, right? I need to know why it seems like things kind of changed. Hello, Eliza. How are you doing? Thank you, Indra. I've added your name. Let me know if you want a specific question addressed, okay? What else do we have? Ooh, look at how beautiful that card is. 10 of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles. So we go from feeling like butterflies and sunshine and everything is happy to now I don't know where I stand with you. I feel like this is someone who ghosted. Everything was going great and then all of a sudden now you're gone. What happened? Hello, Lee. How are you doing? Thank you for the tip. Ooh, I'm sorry you all are going through that. I've added that for you. What's up? And we're at just under 7 minutes. Just so you know. Hello, Joanne. How are you doing? Oh, that would be so cool, Rachel. I think one of the coolest things I ever got for my father for Christmas was this church book. Because there's so much beautiful architecture in churches across the world. And it was unique in that the book, like the front of it opened up like French doors or church doors. But the art inside and the architecture inside was it's just, here's all the most beautiful churches in the world. Ooh, Lord. Yeah. Okay, we will take a look at that, Indra. I've added that for you. Thank you. Hello, Wayne. How are you doing? Hello, BMF. How are you doing? I got Hocus Pocus in your name. Now I might have to use the Hocus Pocus tarot deck. What else do we have for this connection, please? High Priestess in the reverse and the 3 Wands. They did something they don't want you to know about. They're keeping a secret from you. I don't know if I like this. I feel like we got some other, like a third party situation here. But we have to keep in mind, this is not a committed relationship. So this is someone who felt like they were about to get into a committed relationship with this person, and then something else happens or someone kind of distracts the person they were getting to know. So we have the King of Cups in the reverse and the Page of Wands. So we've got the Hierophant is the individual who I'm reading for, the person who feels like things have changed, but they don't know why. Could be Taurus, but more so, this is someone who approaches romance with respect as like requirement number 1. And then we have this King of Cups in the reverse, and this is somebody who I think has had a run-in with an ex or maybe keeps a roster, but there is something else that's going on, and they are keeping it secret from this Hierophant. Emperor in the reverse. Yeah, I don't get that this is like a reasonable justification for it. I think we have someone who's indecisive and maybe even trying to have their cake and eat it too. Yes, I do remember that. The thing is, when we talk about when people are going to contact you, when I read that information, it's how that person feels at that time. So let's say I have decided that I never want to talk to this particular ex of mine again because they broke my heart. But then tomorrow I find out that their mom passed away. And I was close with the mom. I might then decide I need to contact that person. So we take a temperature gauge at that time on what that person is actually thinking they will do. But then life sometimes changes the paths that we decide. Hello, Carrie. How are you doing? Hello, Richard. Hello, Joaquin. Hello, See the Gray. How are you doing? Let's get a few from the Prisma Visions Tarot. I got like a hair stuck. Got it! What else do we have? Thank you, Joaquin. I hope your day goes well. Thank you, Third Eye. Can you see it? I can't be in Tennessee and not have a Dolly shirt. What else? Ten of Chalices in the reverse, Strength, and the Two of Wands. Yeah, this feels to me like we have someone who was also feeling pulled to the Hierophant, just as the Hierophant was interested in them. But there's another person that has like entered the chat, someone else who expressed interest in the King of Cups. So it's got them questioning whether or not they should move forward with the Hierophant. Strength makes me feel like we're dealing with a fire sign. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But this is someone who may be actually a little bit afraid of emotional intimacy or exclusive relationships. I feel like this is someone who, anytime they get close to a committed relationship, it's like they get distracted by something shiny. They get distracted by someone else, and then they're like, fear of missing out takes over. I agree. Hey, Nat, how you doing? What else do we have? Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands in the reverse. We've got someone here who is, I think, a little bit motivated by their physical needs or physical intimacy or attraction to somebody. And it kind of looks like a booty call to me. It kind of looks like we have someone who gave in to temptation with a person that they find very physically attractive. And it's making them question whether or not they should pursue something with this Hierophant. Or they feel guilty about it because they know they'd probably have to tell you that that happened. Even if you're not exclusive, maybe they would feel guilty. Hello, Louie. How are you doing? What else? Six of Chalices or Six of Cups in the reverse. Seven of Wands in the reverse. Someone's defenses were down. Somebody maybe even had like a pretty rough day. This King of Cups in the reverse doesn't have to be a man. But because they were struggling and someone reached out who was interested in a little horizontal mambo, I think we have someone who gave into a booty call. And I don't think they're interested in a relationship with this person either. Three of Pentacles in the reverse, Ace of Pentacles. So I gave into temptation. I, knocked some boots with somebody that I know I don't want in a relationship. But now I'm in a situation where I have to figure out what to do or what to say, if anything, to this person that I would actually potentially see myself getting into a relationship with. But I'm nervous because apparently commitment is a little bit of a challenge for this person. Sun in the reverse, Knight of Pentacles, and the Devil in the reverse. Because they feel like you're the type of person they've been looking for a long time. And I do think there could be some issues here as far as believing that they're ready for that kind of relationship. It's like they get in their own way. All right, so this is the Hocus Pocus Tarot. Hello, Colleen. How are you doing? I like that, Rachel. It's such a good show. It's hilarious. Hello, Jamike. How are you doing? Trevor's just trouble in general. I don't know that he could be in like a committed relationship with anybody from that show. Okay, if your name's Trevor, I'm not necessarily talking about you. Not necessarily. Yes, thank you for liking and subscribing. It means a lot to me. So we've got the Ace of Potions or Ace of Cups with the Two of Candles or Two of Wands in the reverse, and the Eight of Candles or Eight of Wands in the reverse. They're over here like, do I have to tell you? Do I have to be honest with you about this happening? I didn't expect to, have this like night of passion, or I didn't think that this person would ever contact me again. I didn't want to miss that opportunity, but I also don't know how to communicate that to you. Oops. The world. I don't want things to be over between us. I think they're actually considering not telling you that they were intimate with somebody else while you were over there wondering what the heck is going on. Yeah, do I have to end this, or can we just kind of reignite the passions and keep it moving? They didn't want to miss out on this flirtation or this booty call. But they also realize that it could end up being like the death knell for the relationship with the Hierophant, or the possible relationship with the Hierophant, right? It's true. I don't want to say anything about ghosts because I don't want to spoil anything, but I think I'm caught up with all the latest episodes. I'm pretty sure, because then it started playing the British version, which I should probably watch that one too. Page of Pumpkins and the Fool in the reverse. Page of Pumpkins, by the way, is the Page of Pentacles. Look at that delightful depiction. Yeah. They were distracted and made a foolish decision that really only benefited their physical intimacy needs, and maybe even not that well. And now they're trying to figure out how to have this conversation, what they actually have to tell you, or what they could potentially not tell you. I don't really like that. Of course, the best course of action would have been how about just don't say yes to the booty call if you think there's actually something worthwhile between you and this person. But now that they've done it, they feel like they're at a crossroads. I don't know how honest I should be. I don't know if I'll get caught. They probably feel like they won't get caught, and that's, tempting them to say nothing at all. All right. Sorry, lighting another candle or two. Because it's super dark. It's stormy time over here. So we have the Hermit in the reverse. And the Five of Candles or Five of Wands in the reverse. How do I tell you this and make it clear that this is not somebody that is a romantic rival of yours? I don't want them, but hey Brayden, I'm sorry that you're dealing with that, but you're not blocked here. And hello Neon, how are you doing? I'm hoping this person decides to be honest, but I can appreciate that this Hierophant individual, they might decide, well, if that's the case, then I don't think I really want to date you. Because I've already dealt with people who were not ready for an emotional like commitment or an exclusive relationship. And it just made me feel stuck, and I don't want to get into that situation again. Okay, so they're nervous. Let's see what we get from the untold messages of the heart. Hello, Mark. How are you doing? Yes, the difference is presentation. What else? Unrequited. I'm not sure if we both feel the same way about each other. Pressure. I have so much going on in my life and I'm struggling to juggle it all at once. I do think we have someone who's stressed out by other things in their life, and that could be why they were feeling a little bit thirsty or, a little horny. But they didn't feel like they could rush things from a physical standpoint with the Hierophant. And maybe they didn't want to rush things with them because they do really want to see how things go. But they probably also shouldn't have given in to temptation with someone that they don't actually have feelings for. I feel like this unrequited is, I know you're into me. I know you want like this night of passion, but I'm not into you. I'm just like physically attracted. Play. I just want to have fun with you. But this Hierophant individual, that's someone they could see themselves being with long term. It just scares them. I keep being drawn back to you, and I can't quite explain why. Yep, I do think this is an ex that came back around and was interested in a late night hangout. Good luck with work, BMF. What's wrong with my presentation? Hopefully nothing, third eye. We've got I'm distracted right now. This is why they were not communicating, right? Oh, thank you, Nat. Let me add that for you. Of course. And we've got space. I need I need to take a step back because I'm still trying to figure out what I want. That's what they're going to end up saying. And they're trying to figure out, is it required of me to like commit to telling the truth before I get into a relationship with this person, or can I kind of sidestep that? Can I avoid that altogether? And I would guess there's some people who say, well, if you're not exclusive, it's not really your business. And there are others who would say, if you're on the path towards commitment, then maybe you should be honest, because the health of individuals from that intimate part, right? It's something that could impact that Hierophant. Forbidden, even though we shouldn't, I still want you. Yeah, I think this is an ex that came back around. And we've also got in the very near future. This is somebody who would likely come back around in the future again. I mean, they got what they wanted, right? So why would they not try again? So our King of Cups in the reverse has to decide, am I going to block this ex even though I still have this physical attraction, even though it is kind of like low-hanging fruit if I'm a little bit thirsty? Or am I genuinely interested in something real with the Hierophant? Because if I am, I can't keep playing games like this. It's eventually going to have a problem or cause a problem. I'm staying away from you because the last thing I want to do is hurt you. And I want this so badly, but I'm afraid of getting hurt, so I self-sabotage. The King of Cups is not exactly the best when it comes to emotional maturity. Remember, it is a King of Cups in the reverse. If they were the King of Cups in the upright, then we would have someone who's a little bit more understanding on how to work with their emotions. But this is someone who may have specifically struggled with the idea of being in a commitment with this Hierophant and sabotage this kind of on purpose. You've been thinking about me because I've been thinking about you. We're connecting. And I made the wrong turn, and honestly, the grass wasn't greener over there. The King of Cups only got reminded why things didn't work out with this individual they're physically attracted to begin with. So even though they might have a nice little roll in the hay, it's still a no for them. They don't want to be in a relationship with that person. And I would argue that this King of Cups in the reverse, knowing that they're not interested in the person they were intimate with, they're playing games with that person's heart because they do have emotions for the King of Cups. Golly, that sounds like a big old mess there, doesn't it? This is the situations deck. Hello, Frederick. How are you doing? Yeah, some people think they're a little bit more smooth than they actually are when it comes to lying, but, you know, sometimes it's also a good thing when people don't realize that they're not good at it. So we have waves, emotions coming and going, and come together, reconciliation, spiritual union, and soul contract. The thing is, this King of Cups in the reverse, they are sabotaging something that would be a really beautiful romantic relationship. This Hierophant is what they've been looking for, but they fumbled it because an ex of theirs could not stop thinking about naked time with them. I can't resist you. Please, oh please. Why don't you come over? I know it's 1 a.m., but it's okay. I'll unlock the door for you. Yeah, it's about desire. They gave in to this even though they knew there's someone here that they're falling in love with. And that person that they're falling in love with is an individual who has worked on their healing and has a great chance of being in a healthy relationship. Thing is, they're dealing with the King of Cups in the reverse who doesn't have that emotional maturity. So I don't know that the Hierophant deserves to be put through that, right? Hence, we have the King of Cups in the reverse, pulling back altogether, being quiet, and effectively ghosting the Hierophant because they really don't know what to say and they don't think that they could, like, make it better. This is the Overthinker's Oracle. Yes, thank you for liking. I appreciate it. What else do we have? I'm ready to see you face to face, and this time I promise you my actions will match my words. You can't stop fate. So the King of Cups in the reverse is feeling guilty, feeling like they should have said no to this ex that wanted to see them again. But it has made it all the more clear to them that they want to see what happens with this Hierophant because, like, no one compares to them. So they do feel like it was fate that they encountered the Hierophant, but they worry now that how they've acted and the attempted sabotage here is actually going to ruin it. But I don't want to be a player anymore. Now I can see, even when I was with that person, all I could think about was you. My pride and ego got the best of me. If someone is still reliant on external validation, I don't know that they're ready for a relationship. This is someone who dealt with stress or frustration by giving into the temptation that their ex represented. So they have a bit of an uphill battle to try to explain how they're not going to do that again, or that they're not karmic anymore. They're not toxic. And yet they are extremely possessive of you. It seems a little bit like a double standard. They want to know that you belong to them, but they were just out here, like, taking their clothes off with somebody else. I'm afraid you will do me the same way I did you. if I win you back and we get back together or we get into a committed relationship, are you just going to feel justified in cheating on me because I was, distracted beforehand, right? Hello, Art. How are you doing? We've got jealousy and envy. The King of Cups in the reverse does have a problem in terms of assuming the worst of the people that they're with. So I think because they have already kind of caused some problems here or fumbled this connection, they would just be expecting some sort of punishment or like you're going to do the same thing to me, right? Thirsty. I feel stuck with the wrong person and situation. So what I just saw was Nick Swartzen in Grandma's Boy waking up next to, oh, what's the actress's name? I don't know if I know her name. In Grandma's Boy, Nick Swartzen sleeps with an older woman. I think he actually lost his virginity to an older woman, much older woman, and ends up kind of regretting it. I think they actually kind of like come back together, but he rolls over and he's like, worried about sleeping with this woman. This is someone who's like, yeah, I had a good time or whatever, but I'm worried about the consequences, and this isn't like the relationship that I actually want. So they'll have to figure out the right way to approach this, and the Hierophant may decide that's a little bit too much drama for me. I don't know if I really want to date somebody who's doing that, right? Or gives into that. Hello, Imported. How are you doing? Yes, Silver Fox. But I don't remember the actress's name. I can picture her clear as day. She was hilarious. She played the role perfectly. She was one of the roommates, right? I think she was one of the roommates. So let's move to personal questions. This is the Gold Foil Tarot. What were the ex's intentions with the phone call to end him, please? Four of Swords, Emperor in the reverse, Chariot, Page of Wands. Your ex received bad news. This could be, someone dealing with a medical event. This could be a loss of a job or, financial issues. But your ex does not feel in control at this time and feels alone. So I do feel like there's some sort of emergency or event that happened and has really stressed your ex out. Are there good intentions here? No. This is like an unfair request. Your ex wants to tell you what has happened, share this like bad news, and wants you to like make things better, wants you to fix things. I don't think it's your responsibility. I don't think this is just like, oh, I've had a really rough day. Would you like let me vent to you? I think this is like, can you fix my problems for me? Can you like lend me some money? Hermit in the reverse and the Ace of Pentacles. So is the ex literally going to ask for money? Yes. I don't think this is based on emotional connection. I think it's based on need and wondering who would actually like do what I asked. That's valid, Art. Shirley Jones, you the best. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate it. So Indra, be cautious. I do feel like there is an actual emergency that happened, but I don't feel like you have the responsibility that your ex would like to place upon your shoulders. Could be like an eviction, right? Um, Running to you for help. And as much as I really do feel like it's important for us to be there and help people, this is someone who would not be the captain of their own ship, right? I think your ex needs to deal with this on their own. Hello, Ruben. How are you doing? Let's see what we've got for Lee. This is the Shadowscapes Tarot. I'm the captain now. I like that imported. You are the master of your own destiny, the captain of your own ship. The owner of your own business. That is a long drive. Oh, you in Minnesota? I do miss me some Minneapolis. If I was in Minneapolis, of course it's going to be about food for me, you guys. Well, there'd be a couple places I'd want to go sit and chill, like my favorite spots. One is like a defunct railroad bridge. Just, I don't know, it's peaceful. And then food in Minneapolis, I would probably want to get the burger at Parlor. I think they spell it Parlour, but they also, I think you can get that burger in the restaurant upstairs called the Burrow. Anyways, it's always got to be about food, you guys. My apologies. Yes, I think you're right, Indra. And this is saying this is not your responsibility. I do think this is very manipulative, and I don't think that you should be responsible for this. I think it would also kind of torpedo your own financial stability. True. I'm sorry, art is not even because I'm hungry, because I already ate. All right, let's see. What do we have for Lee regarding Sage's behavior? Why is Sage acting the way that she is, please? What is going on for Sage? Nine of Cups in the reverse. The Empress. Page of Swords in the reverse. And the Three of Pentacles. Outside influence. Is this outside of the family? No. Is this because of her father? Yes. She's acting out because of her father. Ten of Cups, Seven of Swords. She is consistently being lied to by her father. So I feel like she's kind of picking up some of those tendencies. Does she feel betrayed by her father? Not betrayed, but she feels like when things are about to get back to normal, her father like upsets the apple cart, flips the table over. So Sage is struggling because she doesn't feel any restorative, like recharging time. Okay, so I'm just going to share. I deal with complex PTSD, and in my therapy sessions had been explained that when you have complex PTSD, instead of having ups and downs, when you have anxiety and then you calm down and then you have anxiety and then you calm down, instead of that, it's like pretty much all the time you're in this anxious default. And that's what I'm picking up for her. That could mean that she has some trauma that is undiscovered. It could mean that it is a symptom of something that that might be attributable to something else. But that's what I'm picking up, is that she is always in this anxious energy, and it is because of her surroundings. I do think it's because things are not predictable or things are like all over the place, primarily because of her father. So she is in this anxious state all of the time. And like speaking from experience, when you're in that anxious, like you can feel it in your nervous system or in your back, you're more likely to overreact. You're more likely to misunderstand things. So I would think this is something that needs to be potentially discussed with a therapist or a counselor. And I do feel like it has to do with the living situation with the father. And it's not going to be an easy fix because she feels like there's a lack of stability. I don't know that she would put it in those words, but I'm seeing a very similar pattern to what was explained to me. So please don't take the information that I just gave you about my own personal situation and judge me. But I share it because I think there are a lot of people out there who don't realize that trauma can have that impact, or that living situations can have that impact, right? Yes, tree hugging regimen. That being said, let me just tell you, I don't feel that way anymore. I think there are a lot of things that in my life have changed to help that not be the situation for me anymore. But I do feel like a lot of that is tied to what's going on for Sage with regards to the living situation and stability and reliable, um, what's the word? When you are reacting to things in your environment, stimuli. The stimuli around her is unpredictable, therefore, her behavior seems to be pretty unpredictable. I don't know that there's a lot you can do, not to take away your empowerment, but this is something that needs to be brought to Chris's attention and probably court. But it is the unpredictability. Thank you, Mordecai. I appreciate that. If it can help, then it's worth it. You know what I mean? All right, let's see what we've got for Nat Nat. And Lee, I'm sending you healing energy, you and your daughter. What do we have for Nat Nat, please? What do we have for Nat Nat? Oh my. Is this a romantic interest? So there's someone who's going to be hitting on you or pursuing you, and I do feel like they'll be very direct with you, right? I'm trying to think of a good way to say this, because if Carmen was not on YouTube, I would be I would be choosing some choice words. This is a garden tool person. This is someone who is not capable of monogamy. They're interested in you, but I feel like they've also been interested in someone close to you. I feel like they were rejected by someone that you work with or that you're friends with or maybe even related to. And they're not going to be honest with you about their intentions or where they've been. I remember working with um, a woman who was kind of feeling awkward because she ended up dating someone that she met off of a dating app that she didn't realize until after they were on the first date. Oh, I think I've met you before. I think you actually went on a date with like my best friend. And then there was this awkward, like, should my friend be mad at me? Like, there's actually chemistry here, and my friend's like married, so like, does it really matter? Like, you got yours. I stay very far away from that one because I was like, I don't know, man. I'm generally of the opinion that you don't date somebody who's already dated someone you're close to. But I feel like there's this, well, that didn't work, so I'm gonna hit on you. You know your value. I think you're going to, with your intuition, know pretty quickly. No, 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 no. We're not gonna do this. So this is validation for you. There is someone else that is going to be interested in you. You don't need to deal with somebody who's already had some sort of minor flirtation with a coworker or colleague, or that's the same thing, or a friend, whatever. Someone that you already know. It's like they're leapfrogging over to you, and you're like, if I make out with you, would it be like making out with my friend? Hello, Just Jokes. Hello, Neo. How you doing? So tell me more about this temperance though. This is the good individual coming your way. Someone you, I think, will have a better chemistry with. You'd be more attracted to them. Seven of Wands in the reverse in the Tower. So this is like right after you get hit on by this King of Wands in the reverse. This person could be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Or their name might start with the letter S. Got somebody who's actually worth getting to know that shows up after you reject this person who's like making their rounds. The one who you know is not the good choice. So that's why it's really important to trust your intuition and your discernment to make sure that you like ice out the person who clearly likes to date everybody in a friend group, because you have this Four of Wands possibility or this like elevated relationship with I'm going to call them the Queen of Cups, but they also came out as Temperance. This is, remember, of course, doesn't have to be a woman, but this is someone who is emotionally aware. This is somebody who is like, they would be the type of person to say, I would move for the right person. If I fall in love, then I will move to the next date, or I will find a way to be with you because you're my person. But there's emotional maturity here with this person. Ooh, we're talking about potato salad. Have you guys ever had warm potato salad? I know that sounds weird, kind of. The best potato salad I've ever had, and maybe it doesn't even count as potato salad, but they called it potato salad, was in Chattanooga, and it was warm potato salad. And dang it, now I need to like go have that again. The S person is the one to actually consider, the one who actually has emotional maturity and is not about the naked time. I mean, maybe that'll be good too, but that's not their focus, right? The Four of Wands, elevated relationship. Imported baby doesn't like potato salad. It's okay, I'll eat your serving. I'm really wanting to like insult some food you like now. I'm just kidding. Um, you haven't tried it? Look, I gotta be honest with you. Most potato salad I don't like. Um, Especially if it's like mayo-y. If it's more mustardy, then there's a sturdy chance I'm gonna like it. Did you see what I did there? Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna have to like, I think I have a picture of the potato salad, you guys. If I have a picture of the best potato salad ever, I'm going to post a picture of it. This is gonna turn into Carmen's tarot channel versus like plus me commenting on food. Yes, see, art agrees. Hello, Keach, how you doing? Leave my beans and toast out of this. Okay, that's fair. Um, I don't know, though, don't you have some really, really good Indian restaurants over there? I don't know. Plus, you got like Ramsey, right? He pretty cool. All right. Not does that mean it's spicy? Because that would definitely improve it. Protagonist select. You guys are funny. Maybe we should have like a recipe exchange, eh? That'll be fun. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes, and I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.